It's like we're into a rave. Yeah, literally. Wow. I love this. You're the artist? You're the artist?
Hell no, he's the artist.
You're the artist.
Sorry, yeah.
They? She?
She. Yeah.
Okay, I know it's like
His name's Rinn.
their name. She? Her
Rinn.
name?
Rinn.
Her name, Rinn. She, her. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Tell me about this. This is great. I walked in, it was like so dynamic.
Yeah, it's like, this is my thesis installation. I've been working on it for a year. It's like, you want me to go into like what the concept is about? So, under everything, it's kind of like a rejection of the traditional gallery space and the traditional kind of like white box aesthetic of like this like all seriousness and stuff. And I just want to throw a party in here. But underneath that, it's like me grabbing like religious symbols from growing up in Mexico as a trans woman, in like what I would call like a Catholic cult, like and all the religious trauma that came with that. I'm just grabbing all of those symbols, flipping them upside down, and turning it into something like positive, like queer positive, and bringing like people, like queer people, trans people, into like a space where they can feel themselves. Yeah.
Thank you. And anything else you're working on like this, similar?
I mean, right now I've been working on this, but I do work in the film industry, and there's like a lot of similar like overlap with like the kind of stuff that I do for that. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on stuff like this, just make it bigger, in like just iterations of it, making different stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also paintings. Yeah.
And as a trans person in queer community, queering the way that the world thinks of all kinds of things like this space and other space. And are you feel like you're also raising other kinds of questions as well for people to think about?
Like just bringing in that like that, because like, you know, the whole political social political status, like especially in the US, and it's like seeping its way into Canada about like anti-trans legislation, anti-trans laws, and it's just like it's so hateful. And it's just like, no, here's a space for trans people to be safe, to be like themselves, and just like being loud about it, just bringing it in, and just like having that like empowerment for like younger trans people, older trans people, old trans people. Yeah,
and I think how even what you're saying is not just for the wider world, but also within queer community and queer spaces.
Yes,
that tends to be very narrow and still work within a binary idea of even sort of like who belongs in the space and how they show up in the space and who has permission,
no,
right?
Like
to
here, everything goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That you can be whatever you want to be. That's like, yeah, it's like within the rave like culture, there's like plur, like this acronym. It's like it's so like incredible. There's so much tolerance. There's so much like everything goes. Everybody can be whatever they want.
And what is plur? You said it's an acronym for?
It's plur. It's stands for, I always forget. Yeah, it's peace, love, unity, and respect.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. And how do people follow you? Can people follow you from?
My ad is Folkfox everywhere. FOLKEFOX. Yeah, that's my ad everywhere, every social media. Yeah.
Great. And I'm interested that you say you were in Mexico and then you moved here.
Yeah.
And at a younger age or older age?
I moved here when I was 19, 20.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. And so, and is there like, in terms of your, as you said, the influence from living in Mexico to that time to come here, how do you see that kind of even impacting how you engage your art practice even?
Oh, a lot of the culture is like, it seeps into my art practice. But for the most part, like this installation is dealing with like the religious stuff. But I do plan on like having more like Mexican motifs, like the culture, into my work as well. It's just like I've had like a journey, kind of like getting away, because like all the trauma from like the religious stuff kind of got melded in with like being in Mexico.
Right.
So it was kind of like processing through it and kind of like separating the two. So now I'm just like, I want to go back. I want to be back in in my culture, like all of this stuff, and yeah, just making work with it as well.
Yeah. And confronting people like this guy who was misgendering you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that you had to experience that, right? So, but I know that you probably navigate that yourself on a regular basis in your own way, right?
Like, yeah, it happens. It's just, yeah. I should have put my pronouns on the business card, actually, now that I think about it.
It helps, right?
Yeah.
Clarity. Anyway, at least you seemed enthusiastic about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming and seeing the installation. And
yeah, no, it feels good, and I love what you're saying, how you described it.
Thank you.
It helps to kind of understand, because I want to party, but then it's like, whoa.
There's a deeper thing to the party.
You broke it down, right?
Yeah, it's also like the environment and like the communities that I'm in. There's a lot of parties like this where it's like you highlight art and you highlight the community and individuals.
Right.
But it's like not that widespread. It's like very specific to like my communities and stuff. And it's like this needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
This needs to be like put out there.
And spaces of joy, spaces of pleasure, spaces of expression. I've been critical to queer communities where we also get to be as free as possible.
Exactly.
Because of the larger world outside of these spaces tends to be where it's very narrow and we're confined. And so this gives us permission in lots of ways to
exactly.
It's
like it's a permission. It's like the come be yourself here.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Wow. If this is the end of my time at Gradex, this is a perfect end. What a beautiful framing. Here we go. Not quite yet. It's that raver kind of. Church. There's this sort of Mexican. Just realized it's like a pulpit. I love that. The organ. Huh?
Because I used to be this intelligent, but I'm no longer.
Yeah.
I no longer think like this in such detail.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's great. So worth checking out.
Yeah.
Just to walk into, it's amazing. All right. And there is Toronto outside. People are in the garden, in the park. But the park busy. Park busy. Boy, the park. Well, it's warm, eh? It's almost 20 degrees now. So good.